Welcome to another session in the Moving Excellence series by Stevens Worldwide Van Lines. Today's training is based on years and years of developing the best ways to move and pack items for safe and compliant transport. You will use these Stevens techniques, so watch carefully. Of course, the best training is your hands-on training, where you will put these techniques to work to protect our customers' belongings and your reputation. Each session will cover a different basic aspect of a successful packing or loading job. But before we jump into today's session, let's review some basics for every job. Proper carton assembly. The Stevens way of assembling a carton is to tape all seams. Make sure the bottom of the carton is taped properly to withstand the weight of the items that will be packed in the carton. Checking for pre-existing damage. As you wrap and pack items, be sure to look carefully for pre-existing damage and bring it to our customer's attention before you pack it. Note pre-existing damage on the carton exterior, then list the specific issue. Labeling cartons. Be sure to clearly label them with contents, room, customer name, pre-existing damage, and in the upper right corner, put your initials or ID number, along with the abbreviation for carrier pack, the letters CP. When packing high-value items and electronics, the make, model, and serial number must be listed as well. Also consistent for every job are some areas of appearance and conduct. Remember, moving is stressful, and how you look and act can make it more comfortable for our customers. Positive attitude. Remember to be friendly, courteous, respectful, and positive while you do your job. First impressions matter. Personal hygiene. Come to work clean, from your hair to your face to your hands and nails. Your appearance matters. Proper dress. You are required to come to work every day in the proper uniform and proper shoes. They need to be clean, wrinkle-free, and in good condition. And wear uniforms that fit. No sagging pants or too tight shirts. Conversation. Please be careful what you say in our customers' homes. No foul or offensive language, and be careful of the subject matter. Use good sense and remember that voices carry, and the customer is very likely within earshot of you. And now let's get into today's session. Movers, tools, and trailer loading, the Stevens way. Safe and efficient loading of a trailer is an art, and as is true of any art, having the right tools is important for the best results. Be sure your trailer is equipped with all you need to do the job right. Here are some of the basics you need. Many longtime movers add to this based on experience, but be sure you have a hump strap, used on special situations to help in moving furniture. A properly used hump strap protects the furniture and the mover. Before attempting to use it, be sure an experienced crew member briefs you and demonstrates proper use. Various dollies. A four-wheel dolly, magliner type dolly with pneumatic tires, appliance dolly. There are several types of dollies that can make your job much easier and save time. As you watch our training programs, look for tips to make the most of each. Toolbox. It almost goes without saying, a complete toolbox is invaluable. Keep track of tools and keep them in good shape for quick and efficient adjustments. For under $100, we've put together this great starter toolkit. Notice the mix of screwdriver bits you will need: Torx, Robertson, Slot, and Phillips, as well as a good rubber mallet and many other standard tools. Piano moving board. These padded boards are designed for moving pianos without scraping the finish. They are equipped with handles and slots for straps. Normal logistic straps. Clean, dry straps with working buckles. Rubber bands to secure pads around items. Parts bags. For small parts like screws, hinges, brackets, and other hardware that are taken off during disassembly. Label the bag and secure it to move with the item it was taken from. Stevens never uses parts boxes. Mover's tape is good for many uses. Ladder. An OSHA-approved ladder is necessary to tightly load your trailer from floor to ceiling. Pads. Plenty of clean, dry pads to protect furniture and help even out surfaces. Pad between items and layers and give extra protection. Stevens Home Protection Kit. These not only demonstrate to our customer that we care about protecting their home as well as their belongings. The kits are full of specifically designed protection, like rug runners, door jamb pads, banister covers, and a full-sized entry door pad. Packing and protection of belongings before anything is taken out of the home is the first step. Listening to the customer, watching for pre-existing damage, assessing the load, and directing your crew are key to loading your trailer. A well-conceived trailer loading process ensures protection and allows you to put on the maximum load and keep it safe, all while running profitably. As you do your initial walkthrough, also communicate your plans and directions to the crew so they are ready and familiar with how you will refer to areas and items. Then the loading prep begins. Once you have taken a look at the shipment at origin, assign crew members to begin disassembly of pieces that could be damaged if left intact. Commonly, that will include multi-part items like dresser mirror combinations, bookcases with removable shelves, large dining room tables, hutches with glass doors, and beds. It is the Stevens way to carefully disassemble these items, being certain to place all parts in parts bags, labeling contents, and placing the bag inside a drawer or packing it with the item. Be sure to note the location of each parts bag on your inventory sheet. And it is the Stevens way that everything we disassemble at origin must be reassembled at destination. Customers are happiest when we help them get furniture back together and in place. It is Stevens' policy that at destination we must reassemble all pieces for our customers. Disassembly and reassembly of furniture. These larger items, once disassembled, inventoried, and wrapped, often become your base when loading and building the tiers in your trailer, as you will see in the next segment. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, let's share some standard tips on disassembly, and then we will take a closer look at a few specific types of furniture. Tips for furniture disassembly. Check carefully for pre-existing damage. Show it to your customer and note it on the inventory sheet. Look at heavy wear areas. Pay special attention to areas that get more wear, like the legs on tables and chairs, the fabric on chairs, and especially where the chairs push up against the table. Ask customers about parts locations if they did the disassembly. If our customer has disassembled pieces, ask them and make note on your inventory where the parts are or if there are missing parts to help them at destination. Many techniques are standard and are covered in other training segments on padding, and disassembly may have begun with our packing team or the customer. However, there will be disassembly for the driver and crew on load day, so let's look closer at what to start with for your base. Prepping base furniture the Stevens way. Disassembly of china cabinets the Stevens way. China cabinets often come in two parts, with glass doors to showcase the contents. When you begin disassembly, start by carefully examining the glass doors to be sure they are secure. If they're not, you will need to either secure them or take out the glass, protect and pack it in a picture mirror carton, and label the carton. If you are able to leave the glass in for transport, the Stevens way is to first wrap the glass doors with a clean, dry pad. Then, over the pad, add a layer of cardboard and tape the cardboard around the glass door, being careful to never tape directly on any surface of the cabinet. If you disassemble the furniture, be sure to use the parts bags for screws and small parts. An easy way to keep disassembled hardware together is to tape the parts bag to the larger braces, or place it in a drawer and, of course, to note the location of those pieces on your inventory sheet. When properly protected, A china cabinet may be a solid piece for base in your trailer when loading and building tiers. Disassembly of dressers with mirrors, the Stevens way. Dressers with attached mirrors are common in today's homes. After examining for pre-existing damage, remove the mirror. If it is large or heavy, this will take 2 people. Then prep the mirror and place it in a picture mirror carton or a special crate if needed due to size or value. Be sure to place all hardware in a parts bag and secure it to the braces or place inside a drawer. Once again, note the location of the parts on your inventory sheet. When properly protected and the mirror removed, the dresser can be a solid piece for base in your trailer when loading and building tiers. Disassembly of beds the Stevens way, not used as base. Beds come in many configurations, but standard disassembly includes lots of hardware. Whether you or our packing crew disassemble the beds, it is your responsibility to keep track of all parts and to reassemble the bed at destination. Lost parts are difficult to replace and make for an unhappy customer and possible claim. Retrofitting doesn't always work and can prompt the need to replace an entire bed. So, use those parts bags and note their location on your inventory sheet. As we discussed in another training segment, always be careful of those memory foam type mattresses. They must be transported and stored flat or they will be damaged. Just communicate and train your crew thoroughly, and you can avoid these situations. Disassembly of dining tables and handling chairs, the Stevens way, not used as base. Dining tables are often high-value items, showpieces that our customer cherishes and that are very visible in the home, perhaps heirlooms. Treat them with care. If the customer has a table pad on the top, first take it off so you can carefully look for scratches, fading, or stains, but do put it back on before wrapping the piece for moving. This gives extra protection for our customer's table and for the pads themselves. When possible, these should be disassembled, the top carefully padded and placed on end, with the top facing a flat surface to avoid damage to the top. Legs, after you have secured the hardware to them, must be wrapped separately and placed into your load as filler. Dining chairs often have weak legs, loose backs, arms, legs, or seats, or damage on the legs and on the fabric, so look them over closely, then wrap as shown in the chair padding segment of this training program. And now we will move into the trailer and how to load it the Stevens way, which keeps contents protected, packs tight, and helps you maximize your capacity and run profitably. A well-built, tight load in the trailer means safer transport and best use of your space. Here are a few tips to keep in mind. Check the available space and the load in the home first to plan the loading. Place solid, heaviest items at the base and work your way up. Larger doesn't always mean heavier. Use extra pads to level your layers or tiers. Fill in gaps with smaller items. Lighter and more fragile items should be nearer the top of the tier. Always fill all the way to the ceiling. The all-important base begins with solid furniture and larger, sturdy cartons. Be sure to fill in any gaps with smaller items to eliminate shifting. From there, for the next layer, or tier as we call it, stack solid chairs, padded, inset with each other, like puzzle pieces. Anticipate where fragile items will be placed and add padding to level out the tier, like we did for the flat-screen television carton in this demonstration. It is larger, but it is not heavy, so placing it on a tier high in the load will not crush any cartons or items below and gives it more protection. As you can see, as the tier goes up, the driver is stationed on a ladder and directs the others who are passing items and cartons that are lighter and can fit above. Cartons of pillows or lighter stools can pack up here, as long as you direct the legs toward the wall to avoid having them shift or poke into other cartons during the drive. Smaller top-load items are placed into any openings. This keeps the load solid and also makes the best use of your space. For the next and final tier for this shipment, begin the base again with the heavy loads and sturdiest construction. We are using the dish cartons. In our demonstration, this is the planned location for a standard mattress in a carton. Standard mattresses can be transported upright, but memory foam type mattresses must be transported and stored flat. Straps are used to keep the mattress carton in place and create a wall to separate shipments. As you can see, ending up with a tight load really does provide protection for the customer's belongings, and it lets you maximize your capacity and your earnings, all while helping us make Stevens the way to move. In closing, we thank you for the important part you play on the Stevens team. The impression you make, the quality of the job that you do, and the rapport you build with our customer is what makes Stevens the way to move and helps us reach for 100% total customer satisfaction. Please join us again and again for refreshers and tips in this Moving Excellence series. We have materials developed to teach you how to do things the Stevens way, and together we'll benefit from tips and insider experience that come from more than 100 years of successful moves. Here are just some of the other topics available in the Stevens Worldwide Van Line's Moving Excellence series. Stevens would like the opportunity to earn your business. For a free quote and information on all of our relocation services, visit us at stevensworldwide.com. Let Stevens show you the way to move.